Yeah, you already know it's live with your boy PM, aka Falon McKnight. We back with a fight edition, fight week, Friday night, Madison Square Garden. We have Keyshawn Davis fighting Denys Berinchyk. It's gonna go down, man. There's been a lot of stuff going on this week. Keyshawn has also changed his whole appearance. You know, he goes by the businessman. So right now, Keyshawn at 12 wins. I think he has nine knockouts. And Dennis, he has 19 wins with nine knockouts. So right now, is that right? Yeah, nine knockouts. So they're set to go do battle, man, in New York, Madison Square Gardens this Friday. I think it's at maybe 7 p.m. No, 9 p.m. What's going down is recently, Keyshawn had the dreadlocks and everything. He just recently cut his hair because he goes by the businessman. So right now, today, he came in at the press conference, man, before the weigh-in. He came in with the suit. Not only the suit, Keyshawn had the gloves on. Not only the gloves, but man, he didn't cut the dreadlocks. So he's meaning business. With that being said, you have Dennis is coming in. He's a Ukrainian fighter. Dennis, I mean, yeah, he's a Ukrainian fighter. He's been out there with Alexander Usyk, who's recently beat Tyson Fury twice. He took the belt for him and then he defended the championship. So, with that being said, he's also been around Lomachenko. So, the Ukrainian fighters have a known history for giving off some real tough fights. Recently, Keyshawn has been around the likes of trying to fight. He's threw out some offers. He was supposed to fight Frank Martin, the Ghost, and before the Ghost took that fight, he ended up fighting Tank. And we all know what happened in the eighth round of that bout, with like a minute and 26 seconds left. So, with that being said, he's due to fight this weekend. He's going for the WBO lightweight championship or championship belt. That's going to be the WO belt. It's going to be for like in the weight class of 135 pounds, for those that don't know. So it's going to be a great fight. Recently today during the press conference, they were cool, man. They were pretty straightforward, having a real decent, because Keyshawn can really come at you, with a lot of words and a lot of things, challenges and stuff like that. He really knows how to get down and get at you. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like pick you the wrong way. With that being said, man, Keyshawn this morning said he received a disrespectful gift from Dennis and his crew. At the press conference, he addressed the whole matter, and of course, with the language barrier and things like that, you can't really really figure out what's being said from the translator to the fighter and back and forth. I just know Keyshawn was trying to shut him down. Like, look, man, whatever you're translating back to your fighter, you're not saying this, because the translator, which is part of his training team, was basically trying to talk before he even asked Dennis any questions. So Dennis is sitting there as if he can't understand anything. But if you can listen to the video and watch the video, and you listen to the people that's in the audience, you can hear people from Norfolk, Virginia, which where Keyshawn Davis is from, and then you can hear the Ukrainians in the back speaking pure English. So you can't tell me that they didn't know, or he doesn't know a tad bit of English. You see what I'm saying? You know a little bit of something. You can't just come to America and not know nothing at all. And especially have your trainer know a lot of what's going on, or a lot of the interpretation a lot before you. So with that being said, Keyshawn said that he received a gift from Dennis and his crew, and it was real disrespectful, man. Now I'm gonna say this. I've Since the war's been going on, I've heard a lot of disrespectful stuff that the Ukrainians can actually say to black people. So right now, this is all alleged. Everything I'm about to say right now, or what happened this morning, is just coming from Keyshawn off the press conference. Apparently, he received a gift basket full of bananas and watermelon, which is, you already know, for some reason they always want to call us and think that we like, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm kind of going towards, that the possibility that it can't happen, because they're known to have a little racism out there. You know what I mean? I experienced racism before. I know it's the first thing that people yell out, but this is alleged that this happened this morning. So I don't think Keyshawn is just gonna wake up in the morning and then just start popping off. So yeah, could it have been a fan sent it? Probably could have been some hecklers. Probably. We don't know. But we know right now, Keyshawn said he's going to settle this all in the ring this Friday, February 14th in New York, Madison Square Gardens. So I'm going to say this, man. They're both medalists. They both been in the Olympics. Dennis said that he's in have like one bare knuckle fight. He's had 5 fights outside the ring, meaning like scrapping, street fights. And on top of that, he said that he's, undefeated in the class that he's in right now. Well, I don't know what they think about US fighters, or we ain't about that life when we ain't grew up in no hard times and no issues like that. But I'm gonna say this, man. Do not be mistaken coming out here acting like we only fight in the ring. We've been fighting since birth. We got slapped in the emergency room, delivery room, the doctor as soon as we come out, and we had to fight up coming up throughout the ranks in high school, middle school, elementary school, after school, before school. So don't get it to and act like we ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? Like we fight for a reason. We've been fighting all our life and we're gonna continue fighting if somebody disrespects us. So I can kind of feel where Keyshawn is coming with this. And he told him, he was like, look, man, don't act like you're the only one with that. Or you only gonna been through that. You know what I mean? And the difference between I can say this, Ukrainian fighters and American fighters, because I ain't gonna just say black fighters, because everybody in America has thrown down. But if you're in Ukraine, I've only known you to be around for what I know. This is just my what I'm saying. You're fighting the people of your same time. In America, you're fighting different races of people at different times, and there might be a multitude of people that you might be fighting at that time. So don't get it twisted. Again, all you fighters coming from Europe or coming from over there, don't get here and act like just because we stepping in the ring, this is our first time scrapping. Nah. We throw down, we scrap, we go toes, whatever you want to call it. I mean, but yeah, we throw hands, whatever it is. But this weekend, well, Wednesday, excuse me, Friday, take that out of there. Friday, it's going down in New York, Madison Square Gardens, Keyshawn Davis against Dennis. So we're gonna see how this gonna turn out, man. So right now, I put my money on Keyshawn, simply for the disrespect of what's going on. Leading up to the fight, he has been real professional, which is a rarity. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say he's not a professional, but he's been a lot more calmer than he has in younger days, you know what I mean, or past days. Right now, he's cut his dreadlocks, and like I said, he's called the businessman. And right now, I think he's meaning business. He looks real professional and even mature since he didn't his last fight. He's taken a different approach, and he looks like he's a little bit more locked in. So you can keep on playing with him if you want to, but I expect you should expect the best out of this dude coming up this weekend. He's gonna come, bring the pain, and it's gonna be it. And I'm definitely gonna be watching and seeing what's going on because I already put it in my calendar, man, and I done locked it in. So again, Davis is 12-0, 8 knockouts. Dennis is 19-0 with 9 knockouts. If you go off the ratio of knockouts, it really depends on who you fought. I always give it a percentage and say what the possibilities of that can be. So right now, with him being 12-8, man, it's a high chance that you might get your head knocked off. Depending on who you was fighting out there, Dennis. So if you lose, or if you win, congratulations. But if you lose, you might want to blame the hecklers or whoever set that basket out in front of that hotel room door. Because I'm telling you, I mean, he's coming to me. He's coming. He's meaning business. So with that being said, if you're watching the fight, it's going to be on ESPN or ESPN Plus. Of course, New York is going to have a 2-hour time difference, and Dallas is going to be a certain time. And LA will have a hour time difference. So 7 o'clock is going to air 8 o'clock. If it's at 6 o'clock in LA, it's going to be 9 times out of 10. It's going to be 9 o'clock. So however you want to do it, lock in. It's going to be 4 bouts this weekend leading up. So 4 fights on the fight card. So total, Keyshawn is going to do his ring walk probably, if I can say this time they're going around like 9 or 10. You're looking at it around if you're in Dallas. Look at it about 8 or 9, you know what I mean, the ring walk. It's a 10-round bout. These dudes about to go in there, go ham. Last press conference is a little crazy today. So, if you want to get a bar of it, you know what I'm saying, check it out, get a piece of the action. Tap in tomorrow. They still got to do the weigh-in. Tomorrow was Thursday. So, with that being said, you will see the fight or be able to see the fight or the weigh-in on Friday. and then I mean, excuse me, Thursday, and then the fight is on Friday. So tap in, check it out, man. Support the fighter from Norfolk, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, once he has this fight will catapult him up to the Tank fight. Even though he said he doesn't look forward to the Tank fight anymore because he's doing his thing. He's not trying to chase no belts. He's not trying to chase no people. Excuse me. He wants the belt. Every fighter wants the belt. But right now, he's ranked number, I want to say 5, probably coming up. The dude has been doing a lot of great things, man, in this boxing world. And if I'm mistaken, his last fight was against Pedraza. So he ended him pretty quick. And Pedraza, he coming back off a, you know, very crazy up and down fight history and fight, what he was going through with the couple of bouts that he lost. He also lost about the bout to Tank. So with that being said, man, Keyshawn's coming to me in business, man. Like I said, you like that? Keyshawn, the businessman, coming and he's meaning business, man. Yeah, so that was all accident. Tap in with it, man, and see what's going on. And I hope to see a great outcome for the kid. You know what I mean? So we can see these good fights with Tank Davis in the near future. And that's if Tank doesn't retire in 2025. He also that he was gonna say he's gonna retire, man. So check in with it. Also, Canelo versus Crawford. Canelo versus Crawford. It sounds like it's a go. I didn't really want to say nothing until they locked it in, man. But right now, it seems like there's a little bit of controversy going on with the dude Paul. The fake fighter from YouTube that pays for his fights and fights non-boxers and people that's not boxers and UFC fighters and that dude. Yeah, yeah. So apparently he was supposed to have a contract that was supposed to be signed by Canelo. Canelo probably used that as a bargaining chip so he can get the Saudis to say, look, I might go fight this clown. If I don't fight this clown, if I fight the clown, you can't get the fight over here. You won't get the Crawford fight. The whole entire time, man, Crawford is about that life, and he's been um, coming up the ranks, looking to fight. After he dusted off Spence, was one of my guys out here in Dallas, Texas, man. I had been to a lot of Spence fights, and he just came in there and handled his business. And he had this other fight once he stepped up in weight. It didn't really look too promising that, he can handle that weight. He was going in there, man, but old boy was really, really taking the punches that Crawford was giving him. So when you're looking at the fight, you want to see that pizzazz that you've seen from that power that you've seen and that even-handed, he's left hand, southpaw, all these good things that he had, and you was thinking that he was just gonna run through this dude, and he gave him a kind of, a lot of people was upset on the way that fight looked. Even though he walked away with the win, it just didn't look like the way that Crawford normally wins. So a lot of people were starting to talk down on it. But luckily, he ended up getting this Canelo fight. So we look forward to seeing the fight of Canelo and Crawford coming up real soon. The Saudis got tricked, so I don't know if he was using the Paul fight to Jake Paul to as in the bargaining tool to say, look, if you don't give me this fight, I'll go fight the clown and we'll get guaranteed money here. You know what I mean? So Jake Paul, he tends to pay his people. He's gonna have the same fight card. He's gonna have a little chick that fights on there typically before he does, and he'll probably tend to have like maybe a couple of more people, maybe 3 or 4, 5 undercards and stuff like that under him. But Jake Paul was pissed off. Jake was like, "Look, man, I have a contract. You know what I mean, with your name on it." And he did it some similar to that. Like I have a contract. So with that being said, we don't know if that was a confidentiality agreement, a piece of paper, or whatever it was. But whatever it wasn't no binding agreement, wasn't no binding contract, or if it wasn't going to happen before this Crawford fight. So he might take that fight later on. But there's no way ever that Jake Paul is going to sit there and beat Canelo. And it looks like one of the things he like, look, man, I'll just take the fade, even if I can just out and step in the ring with the dude. Now the problem I have with that is like, man, you haven't even fought up the ranks, bro. Like you ain't even that type of caliber fighter. I haven't even seen you fight a dude that's like 5-0 in the boxing ring. So with that being said, coming up as a new boxer, I don't respect it. You know what I mean? I've been watching and doing this boxing thing for a long time. And right now it's just like, yeah, you figured out a new avenue to get money, but for the young ones, you're really not telling them or showing them what the sport's about, climbing up the rank, scrapping from the bottom, homie, all the way to the top. Yeah, you came from the bottom to the top on your own way, through the YouTube thing, but you really not boxing, homie. Like you really not getting it in the way real boxers do, and you haven't solidified yourself as a real boxer. And the reason I'm saying that, because you made your own belt. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo doesn't want that. The real hardware is really in the real boxing ring with the real fighters. So look forward to Canelo versus Crawford coming soon. I want to say it's going to be around September because everybody know that Canelo has Mexican independence, so you can guarantee that he's gonna lock in another fight. If he does skip this Independence Day for the Hispanics, uh, it's gonna be rare. You know what I mean? Especially since Mayweather has given up that date. He had it kind of locked in at first. So look forward for Canelo. Look forward for Crawford fighting real soon. You know what I mean? So that's coming next. And also, everybody knows my Chiefs lost against the Eagles. So, as a Chiefs fan, as a real person, I'm gonna say shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley and the rest of the team. Man, y'all really did it this year. Y'all took home. Y'all really cooked us. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna admit it right here on the channel. Y'all cooked us and y'all put in that work, man. So hard work pays off. So salute to the Philadelphia Eagles. I have no problem saying that. So to all of my clients, all of my people that work with me in my shops and things like that, I said it. You heard it here. And if you following me, ain't no need to be chasing me around the shop, chase me around the business, trying to see, ooh, what you got on today? You got on Chief gear. You got on, yeah, I'm still repping the Chief because I ain't no fair weather fan. So with that being said, shout out to the Philadelphia new bandwagoners. I seen a lot of people wearing that stuff before, after the game. Before that, no mas. Didn't see it. Never seen it. All of a sudden, I got females all on the feeds and all in the inboxes hitting me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, go Philly. When did you take this picture? Oh, I took it 5 years ago. Or, what I'm saying? They just pulling it out the yin yang. I met you on the West Coast. When did you become a Philadelphian? You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the new bandwagon friends. I'm gonna leave you out. I just want to let you know. I know about you. I know the truth. I know the truth. So with that being said, um, I want to give a big, we didn't lose. So I want to give a big shout out to Compton. You know what I'm saying? We still won. We still won the rap battle. I said we because we stand in solidarity. You feel me? West Coast for life. You know how we do it. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar for doing this thing at the Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah, it was a lot of controversy that came behind that. So for those who didn't know, don't show, or don't care about what happens in the hood, you never know what goes on in the hood. And the reason why that Super Bowl show was so spectacular and relevant to the culture, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, keep on biting off the culture, but I'm gonna tell you like this. They did their thing, man. Samuel L. Jackson, SZA, Serena came out there, crip walking. If that's what she was doing. But yeah, shout out to Serena. You know what I'm saying? Look like more heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. But if that's your version of crip walking, you did it for the culture. You feel me? Salute. So yeah, with that being said, man, shout out to Kendrick Lamar for doing this thing. He had a lot of MAGA people, Trump supporters. You had a lot of people that was lost. You had a lot of people of those on the other side, the other kind that didn't know what was going on. So if you didn't understand the music, it's apparently that you didn't get the 5 Grammy Award winning GNX album of this year. You just don't know. And like they say, you're not like us. Dun, 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 dun. So with that being, man, shout out to Philadelphia, shout out to Kendrick Lamar, and look forward to those fights coming this weekend, man. We're looking for Keyshawn Davis to come over there and take over in New York, finally headlining for the WBO lightweight championship. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, man. Go ahead and do your thing, business, man. We're gonna go ahead and lock that in. So with that being said, man, shout out to my boy Sugar Slim for Sugar Slim Beats on Instagram. Instagram Sugar Slim, aka Blue Check Slim. If you need intros, outros, anything pertaining to do with music for your rap songs, R&B music, any artistry that's dealing with needing production, holla at my boy Sugar Slim, man, and tell him Falon McKnight sent you, man. PM, aka the Lifestyle Channel. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Blue Check Slim. And with that being said, we out. Peace.